This is a matter for the Economic and Organized Crime Unit to look into, because it is a scheme by which the state has lost money through criminal conduct, perpetuated in an organized way by public officers. Clear crime under the Economic and Organized Crime Act, under the Criminal Code.
So what's the
clear
crime?
Violation of GRA Act.
What's the crime?
A clear violation of every legislation. But this is
it fraud? What's the crime?
It's theft, it's fraud, it is abuse of office for personal gain if we can establish that any of the public officers involved in the negotiations are benefited from it. It's a multiplicity of crimes under the Criminal Code, under the GHOne Act. It's an offense under the GRA Act itself.
Is this something you are going to take up?
Well,
because we had a hint from Sawala Tachia that Parliament will likely go into this matter and do their own investigations. Is it a matter that you are willing to take up, this issue of criminality in this deal that you...
Oh, yeah, I'm willing. You know me, I'm willing to take it up. Unfortunately, to be frank with you, I've lost confidence in almost all the anti-corruption agencies, because I have gone to almost all of them with cases, and as I said, none of them really has received any traction. If you recall, the Bank of Ghana building,
yes,
and all the price adjustments that took place without any proper explanation. You know that I took it to Office of Special Prosecutor. Even a few months ago, I still reminded Office of Special Prosecutor that I have this matter in your office under investigation. As we sit, I haven't heard anything. I know if I get up and take this matter and run to Yoko, whether anybody will pay attention to me. Because we live in a country under a government that has immobilized any institution that is involved in fighting corruption. So you take up the cases, you go there. After a while, they come up with some very interesting decisions that just negates all the initiatives that citizens have taken to fight corruption. But because the person who is principally responsible for fighting corruption himself has decided that he's not interested in fighting corruption.
But in spite of this, will you take this matter up?
I will consider it. I will consider it, because for me, people are having discussions about it as if it's a simple audit issue and etc. I've read the executive summary of KPMG, and I find that just unacceptable, because this is not a simple issue of auditing. This is a serious legal work that needs to be done.
What do you make of the recommendations?
It's because they've gotten the whole thing wrong. They've gotten the whole thing wrong.
Possible judgment. I'm saying that because of the contractual arrangements.
Because they've gotten the whole thing wrong, they've come out with recommendations that are equally erroneous. Because in the first place, does GRA have the authority to do what it did? Which law gives them the mandate to enter into revenue sharing arrangements based on a revenue assurance contract? Which law?
Should they have come for parliamentary approval?
Well, yes, because once it involves you ceding tax revenues to an entity, that's a matter that I believe Parliament will have authority to do. But they didn't come to Parliament. Whether it is a structured approval under Article 181 is a matter that I need to look into even closer. But I just feel that primarily there must be a legislation that gives GRA the power to do what it has done, to enter into revenue assurance arrangements. And I haven't seen any yet. I may be wrong. I mean, I'm not the most brilliant lawyer in town. I believe that other colleagues will look into it. And if I'm wrong, they will show me. Maybe I've missed out something somewhere. But I've been looking very close, and I just haven't seen it. And I've looked at the KPMG report, and even they haven't drawn any attention to any law that allows them to do that. They have treated it as a simple procurement matter, and even they have admitted that really there was no procurement in the initial stages. And then there was a ratification of service that was being rendered. And I'm even asking, the service itself, is it by law permissible? And I'm saying that it's not even by law permissible.
Right.
So you can't even ratify what was by law impermissible. So fundamentally, it is wrong. And so the recommendations of KPMG are, in my opinion, unfounded, because they've got the analysis wrong. It's not a simple procurement issue. And clearly, like I said, for me, this is a very strong candidate for referral to Economic and Organized Crime Unit for them to look into.
Which is
and not to say that they should ratify it, they should do this, they should do that. Revenue assurance is a problem. Yes, it's a problem. It's a problem simply because the individuals responsible for it are refusing to do their work, not because they don't have the capacity. The company that was engaged to do the work, what capacity do they have far better than all the staff at GRA? All the numerous personnel that we pay every month to collect revenue. It's simply because they are refusing to do their work.